Alright, you're probably only here to see if you won the giveaway, so let's get that out of the way first.
Reach for my hand, I'll soar away. What's up, boys and girls? It's your guy Radical, and today is the 700 subscribers Q&A. Now, first off, I just want to say thank you again so much for 700 subscribers. That's insane. Some disclaimers. First off, not every question is going to be used in this video because I don't want this Q&A to be 40 minutes long. Everyone who did submit a question was entered into the giveaway. So as long as you commented a question, you were in the giveaway. But unfortunately, a question may not just be used in this. We have like over 30 questions, so like I said, I'm gonna be cutting some out, but we're gonna start with the first question, which is from Galaxy Seiko, which asks, what got you into gaming? I honestly want to say my dad, friends, just having consoles at my disposal at a really young age. My first handheld console was the Game Boy Advance, the one you flip up. It was pretty cool. I remember playing Super Mario Bros. 3 on there and a bunch of other cool Nintendo games. So I've always been playing PlayStation right alongside my handheld Nintendo consoles. And that's kind of how I got into it. I got into gaming at a really young age and it's stuck ever since. The second question comes from K1, my boy who I met at the Pokemon Nintendo launch back in November. First off, he asked how you doing in life in general. Everything you're looking forward to, and secondly, when do you think launch lines are going to return, if they return? I know quarantine sucked and I've been really restricted with YouTube, but I've been gaming a shit ton and life's been really good, honestly. I mean, I'm back to work. Being back at work, honestly, is a blessing I never thought I would ever want, but it's actually been great. Secondly, launch lines. I mean, even when we went to the launch line back in November, I feel like Nintendo New York is already trying to kill the launch lines, if that makes sense. And now with everything going on, I don't know, my guy. But I'm telling you, if there is another launch line, I definitely want to come back to see Shifty, K1, T-Belly, Pierre, Chips and Sticks, anyone else who goes to these launches. PK Red, I'll get a picture or something next time. But I don't know. I don't know if they're gonna come back, and if they do, I will be there for sure. Next question comes from Linkachu, and he says, where do you want your channel to be in a year? And why do you keep bringing up that garbage art I made for you a million years ago? I gotta keep bringing up the art because that's how we basically met, and it holds a lot of sentimental value. I'm sure you actually love that art deep down. You just playing games. You just playing games, bro. But lastly, where do I want my channel to be in a year? Honestly, I hate setting goals like that because last year I was like, oh, bro, I'm gonna have 1K subs by the end of like 2019, and I was nowhere close. I was still like below 700. So I don't know. I guess if I have to set a goal, maybe 100 more subs than what I got now. So try to hit 800 by next year. I don't know. I really don't try to focus on the numbers much aside from that big 1K goal because I just appreciate the community I have now and I love the N10 community. So thank you guys for everything and we'll see where we get in a year's time. I promise you I will still be here though. Jack Division says, yo, like where did Radical even go, dude? Is he dead? Is Radical dead? Oh man, damn dude.
Yo, like where did Radical even go, dude? Is he dead? Is Radical dead? Oh man, damn dude.
Next up is Laserfied. What's the plan for 1K? Also, if you didn't know anyone in the N10 or the community, where do you think you would be right now? What are my plans for 1K? I have no clue. And what would happen to me if I didn't know anyone in N10 or the community? I would probably be dead in the ground. No, I'm playing. That's really dark. Oh my god. I don't know, but my life has really genuinely changed since I got like my YouTube started and met the community. So honestly, my life would be so different, and I honestly don't even want to think about it because like I love my life where it is now. And one of my most prized achievements and things I like in this life is N10 in this community. So I ain't even gonna really answer that because I don't really want to. I'm sorry. Silly Bones asks, out of all the Zelda games, which one is your favorite? Well, I'm not gonna cap Breath of the Wild because I beat it, I played it. It's definitely probably in like my top 15 games of all time. I just do not like the Zelda franchise. I can't get into any of the other games. I tried to play, what was it, Link Between Worlds like 3 times. I just could not get into it. I'm like halfway through Wind Waker and I have no motivation to beat it. It's just not my franchise, bro. I'm not shitting on it. I'm not saying Zelda's bad, but it is just not for me. All right, next up we have my boy Mr. Sky, aka Night Sky. And he says, congrats on 700. My question is, what advice would you give to someone who is just starting out on YouTube and wants to get involved in the YouTube community? First off, I actually have somewhat of a video coming out soon that will answer this question better than what I'm gonna give right now. Stay tuned. Just be yourself, be active, be passionate, collab, reach out to people, and the biggest thing I can say is show support. If you're just a rock and you don't talk to nobody, how are they gonna find you, you know? It's very rare that a channel with 0 subscribers gets that one video that blows up. Next up is my boy Nathan709. He says, congrats on 700 subs, Mr. Matt RDK. I don't know who you're talking about. Here are my questions. How did you come up with the name Radical? What games, announced or leaked, are you looking forward to? And how do you eat a Kit Kat? Just curious. Now, a lot of people have actually asked me this, and I'm sorry to say, but it's actually such a boring story. I was just laying in bed one night, and I was like, bro, I really want to start like a gaming YouTube channel, because I was so inspired by Etika's streams, CND's vlogs, a couple other YouTubers like Mess Yourself, Ghost Robo, PewDiePie, obviously, and I was thinking, what's a good name? And I looked at PewDiePie, obviously the most successful YouTuber like of all time. Oh my God, there's there's a bird and he just walked past my door and that scared the shit out of me. I'm sorry. All right, back to my explanation. So PewDiePie is the most successful YouTuber like of all time, right? What's his formula? PewDiePie. And I don't know how, but Radical kind of popped into my head and I was like, how could I do like a little play on words and make it sound cool? So I did rad, and then like duh, and then Q, but I changed it to Q, you know, the spelling, so I'm sorry, it's such a boring story, I'm sorry. What games am I looking forward to? Right now, I really want to play Ghost of Tsushima on PlayStation, PS4, super excited for that. The Miles Morales game on PS5. If you want my Switch opinions, honestly nothing right now, because like the DLC is out, and there's really no big games that are on my list for Switch. And lastly, how do you eat a Kit Kat? If you guys saw the N10 channel video, I was taught how to eat a Kit Kat properly. You have to snap it and then you can eat it. Don't just bite into it or Key of Time 15 will be on your ass, okay? Snap your Kit Kats. Master Brawler 129 says, who's your ultimate role model? The person you look up to most. And 2, have you ever gotten into a situation where you lose your motivation and discipline to push through? What do you do to get back on your feet at moments like this? Also, hope you're doing well, man. Trying to get my life together right now, and your videos and streams honestly help me get through so much. Thank you so much. First off, I just want to say thank you guys so much for the kind messages. I get messages like this quite often, actually. I don't flex about it, because, like, why? If they're trying to make it private, like, that's cool. But honestly, the fact that, like, my videos, which I just make out of stupidity and random spontaneous creativity, like inspire people and like help you through shit, that means the world to me. So like, I appreciate you guys telling me, being straight up, and I hope you're doing good, bro. Stay strong, and I'm glad that my videos can bring joy. I really appreciate that. First question, my ultimate role model, my mom and J. Cole. I know that's a really weird comparison, but my mom works hard and she's always helping out the family. She always only cares about me, my brother, and my dad before herself, and that's like the ultimate role model to me. And then also J. Cole, my favorite artist, favorite celebrity. I just love his work ethic, his mentality, and what he brings to his songs. And then for the second question, have I ever gotten into a situation where you're losing motivation? Yes, I have. I've actually like battled depression. I've encountered roadblocks on YouTube plenty of times where I'm down in the dumps. Everyone gets those feelings and hits those roadblocks. Just keep pushing, don't give up. If you give up, you're gonna make it worse. So all I can say is just keep pushing through, collaborate with others and get some other ideas. Talk to people when you need to talk to people. That's massive key for mental health. And yeah, I mean, I've been there, you're not alone. and just push through it, man. We have Blaze767, aka my son. How did you get into hip-hop/rap music? What is your favorite album of 2020? And what do you see yourself doing after you finish college? I was actually a really late bloomer into hip-hop and rap music. I literally remember the day I started listening to it. It was the first time I went to New York back in 2017, summer of 2017. And I had Rap Caviar just like on loop because I had like a 6-hour bus ride there, and that's when I kind of discovered like J. Cole, Kodak Black, whoever else was big in 2017, and from there I kind of sprouted into the fan I am today. For question 2, what's my favorite album of 2020? To be honest with you, I have terrible memory and I can't even remember what albums came out in 2020, but I think Eternal Take by Uzi came out this year, so that I'm gonna go with that one. Lastly, what do you see yourself doing after you finish college? Now, I know quite a few people asked this question, so I will be cutting out a couple of the duplicates later on. Continuing YouTube and hopefully having a sustainable job. I'm a media and film major, so it would be great if I could be a video editor or a cameraman or something in the media and film field alongside doing YouTube. Next up is my boy Nintendo Davey. Shout out Davey, definitely check out his channel. He's a cool dude. He says, "Hey Rad, I was curious. What is your favorite thing you've done in your time as a content creator? Also, what is something that you would like to do most going forward?" Some of my best memories as a content creator is obviously N10, forming the group, the anniversaries, the meetups. But as a solo content creator, as Radical in my own brand, honestly, it's just seeing my videos come to life, if that makes sense. Cause like Linkachu would know, I collab with him a shit ton. Anyone who's collab with me, I script my videos out line for line. When an idea pops into my head, I'm on that shit months in advance. So it's so cool seeing my videos come to life, people supporting them, people laughing at them, sharing them out, giving me feedback, and it's like you can't put a price on that, you know? It's just something that I love doing as a content creator. Some of the best feelings in my life are when I just post a video and I'm like, here come the comments, here comes the feedback, here comes the people, you know? And what is something that I would like to do most going forward? I want to stream. I want to get consistent. Obviously, like I said, I'm very restricted now with the family situation, living situation, quarantine, but the second I'm in my own place and the second I have more freedom, content creation is going to be crazy on my channel. I'm gonna stream so much for you guys. Videos will come out so much more often. I'm gonna have free disposal of when I can do whatever I want, which is what I can't do now. Next up, Blazing Omega asks, what are you gonna do once the quarantine is over? The second the quarantine's over, I wanna start planning the next meetup. I talk about meetups all the time because they're literally some of the best moments in my life. The Chicago trip, PAX 2019, PAX 2020, pre-PAX squad, the meetup with Fahad, like all those meetups literally in the past like two years of my life have been the best moments of my life. So the second it is safe, the second quarantine's over, I want to plan the next meetup and execute it because I miss my boys, I miss the community, and I cannot wait to reunite with each and every one of you guys. My boy Shy Guy Steph came in with a paragraph saying, congrats on 700, Little Ratty. I got some spicy ones for you. First off, where do you see yourself? What do you see yourself doing after this next year, after college? So I kind of explained that earlier. I'm going to skip over that one. If you only had 5 minutes left to live, what is the last song you would listen to? Would you rather live in a world without music or without video games? And lastly, will you go to the dance with me? If I only had 5 minutes left to live, Power Trip would be the one song I played. If you guys watched that Matt RDK video that I posted about a week or two ago, it's my favorite song of all time. It gets me in the feels. J. Cole, hands down. If I had to live in a world without music or without video games, honestly, I don't know. Because honestly, if I pick no music, the video games are gonna suck. Because then the video games won't have music. But then if I pick no video games, what am I gonna do with my life? All my life is playing video games. So I don't know, if I had to pick, probably no music. That's a tough one, but I would say I would have to live in a world without music, honestly. Video games are more important to me. And lastly, will you go to the dance with me? Yes. The Glukester, aka Hylian Luke, aka Lukey Poo. Here's my question for you. What is your favorite sport, if any? And within that sport, who are your top 3 favorite players of that sport? As of right now, my top 2 favorite sports would be basketball and football, but I'm gonna pick football, so the NFL. Top 3 players? I mean, still Tom Brady, even though he left the Patriots. I can't really think about it right now because I haven't watched NFL in forever because it hasn't been on, especially with everything going on. But football is my favorite sport. Brady's a guarantee. I don't know the other two. I mean, I don't know. Damanu asks, do you have a crush on Luke, Lazy, Linkachu, Cisco, Night Sky, spelled wrong, or Litz? Yes. Shifty, my boy, asks, I got a simple question, baby boy. What YouTubers would you say you felt closest to during this YouTube journey of yours? You can say N10, but that's cheating. Well, N10. But no, for real. Honestly, Shifty is on that list. Without him, that whole trip back in November wouldn't have even happened. He took me to the Etika Memorial. He housed me. He showed me everything in the city and everything about the line. So shout out to Shifty. He's definitely one of my closest homies outside of N10. Terisu, we've been talking a lot recently. List goes on and on again. T-Belly, Chips and Sticks. I would say Erica, we've hung out a couple times. Adoran, I don't know. I have so many homies, but the closest I would have to say probably Shifty. Shifty, like outside of N10, I feel most comfortable, like, you know, chilling with Shifty. So the man who asked the question is actually the dude I'm closest with outside of N10. Nico Tendo asked, do you eat watermelon with or without the crust? I love watermelon actually. I eat it without the crust. I mean, like, I hold the crust to eat the watermelon, but I don't eat the crust. Is that even safe? Can you do that?
Can you eat watermelon crust?
Next up, my boy Kiev Time 15 says, congrats on 701. For the question, I just have one. Whenever we see each other again, will you promise to say Key? Yes, I promise. I was actually supposed to do it at PAX East and I completely forgot. Like, in the moment, I just went for that hug and I didn't even scream Key. Next meetup, next time I see you in person, my boy Key, I promise you getting a key. And it will be on footage, so like the people can see that I actually did it. I promise. My boy Terisu says, what's your favorite game and will you do another mixtape with me? My favorite game of all time is Assassin's Creed 2. I know a lot of y'all Nintendo fanboys gonna be like, oh, Assassin's Creed, go away, go away. But I love Assassin's Creed, I love the franchise. Ezio is like my favorite character of like all time. And will you do another mixtape with me? I mean, we haven't even done one yet, but we did do the grind on his channel, his outro song. It was super dope. I kind of shocked myself with how good it came out. Props to Terisu for mastering, mixing it, editing it, songwriting, doing all that work, and just throwing me on and making me sound good. But bro, if you're ready for that mixtape, I mean, hey, Steph's sleeping on me. So if you want to take me up on one, I'm down, bro. My boy Iverson sent in a 5-paragraph essay saying, aside from Rad News, what content do you want to post in the future? What are your thoughts on the anime you are watching? What was your impression before watching and after watching some anime? Do you plan to stay within a certain genre of anime or open up sooner or later? What anime would you be in and why? First off, I plan to post a lot of content in the future. Like I said, more streams, more skits. Skits are my favorite videos to do aside from Rad News. I watched JoJo and Attack on Titan. I loved both. My impression before watching anime was I have no interest in this. I don't want to. After watching it, I'm like, damn, I slept on anime for a very long ass time.
My bad.
Do you plan to stay within a certain genre of anime? No, like I'm down for literally whatever. I've only been watching the mainstream animes right now because I'm an anime noob, might as well. But yeah, over time I definitely want to really become like a full weeb and have like knowledge, be like, oh, that anime, I know what you're talking about, you know? Which anime world would you be in and why? Well, considering I only know JoJo and Attack on Titan right now, I do not want to live in an Attack on Titan world, so throw me in JoJo, I guess, because I do not want to deal with Titans. Thank you very much. Will you ever come to Cali? I really want to meet you. What are your thoughts on the PS5 and Xbox Series X? Which one would you want to get? What is your go-to food to snack on? And what is your favorite food? So will I come to Cali? I've actually been to Cali back in 2005. I was a little youngin'. In fact, half of you guys watching this video probably weren't even born back in 2005. Or if you were crawling out all fours and pooping your diapers. But I was supposed to be there for E3 and that didn't happen. So I'm really hoping to come to Cali for next year's E3 so long as everything is fine and cleared up by then. But we're gonna meet someday soon, my boy Iverson. I promise you that. What are your thoughts on the PS5 and Xbox? I'm a PlayStation guy, so I'm obviously going to be buying the PS5. I love it. What is your go-to food to snack on? Corn dogs are easy to make. You guys always see me snacking on like animal crackers or Oreos. What's my favorite food? Fried chicken. Y'all know I'm down with the KFC, down with the Popeyes. And then Iverson said TBH, so I assume that means like, to be honest, about him. If that is what you were intending, I'm gonna answer it that way. You're my boy, you've been an OG. I appreciate you watching my content and being there at my streams. Shout out to you, my boy, and like I said, we're gonna meet soon, so stay tuned for that. I will be in Cali soon, and if you ever pull up to Boston, my boy, I'm here waiting for you. All right, now that we are done with Iverson's chunk of questions, we now go to Dag, who had just as much to say as Iverson, and Dag says Sans. Yes, I like Sans. The Lit says, congratulations on 700, Rad. I can't believe how fast your channel is growing. A question I have is, what is your creativity process before making a video? My videos take a while to plan. I script them, I have to make the idea first off, I have to make them funny and entertaining, quick, so they're not a drag. Honestly, I'm just kind of laying on my bed, taking a shower, and I'm like, video idea. Or like I'll be watching some other content creators like Corey Kenshin, PewDiePie, other small Nintendo tubers like N10, and I'll get inspiration based off their videos. But when I have the idea, I go for it and gun for it. Like scripts, asking people to collab, filming it ASAP. So there's a big process behind my videos. If you ever want to learn more about it, DM me, I'll explain it to you guys. Kibble asks, do you already have a good idea of what you want to do with your channel in the near future? And if you could only go to 3 food chains for the rest of your life, which ones would you choose? I feel like I've kind of explained the future of my channel for a lot of the past questions, so I'm not gonna elaborate too much, but again, I've got a year until I graduate, and then I should finally be able to be free and spread my wings and be radical to its fullest potential. And then what 3 food chains would I want for the rest of my life? KFC, even though it's not my favorite, like McDonald's is kind of a necessity. Wendy's? Or Popeyes? I don't know. KFC and McDonald's are like 2 I need, because McDonald's is just, it's always there for you when you need it. KFC is my favorite food chain. I guess 3 would have to be Wendy's, because Wendy's is always like a good supplemental fast food chain, you know? DJ Squirtle, the OG, the original homie, says, congrats on 700 subs, bromigo. You just keep growing. Are you Roddy Rich's long lost brother, Roddy Cool? And my normal question for you, what are your life goals and how do you plan to achieve them? Am I Roddy Rich's long lost brother? I wish, because then I would be rich as shit. What are my life goals and how do I plan to achieve them? I want a sustainable job. I don't want to be homeless. I would really, like, the dream would really be to get successful on YouTube. Again, I don't want to focus on numbers, but if I could actually live off of YouTube like someone like Bald Gamer does, where I don't even have to be a celebrity, but I can make a living off of it, that would be a dream for sure. Next up is PK Red. She said, congrats on 700 subs, Rad. I got a few questions. What games have you been playing during quarantine? Any guesses on the next Smash DLC fighter after ARMS? What show are you watching after Attack on Titan? And are you getting Muya after everything goes back to normal? I platinum trophied Rainbow Six Siege. I've been playing Assassin's Creed Odyssey. I platinumed Assassin's Creed Origins. Any guesses on the next DLC fighter after ARMS? I'm sorry, I'm gonna say it. Put Waluigi in the game. I don't even mean that as a meme. He is a Nintendo-born character. They put a plant over Waluigi. That's like, you have like 5 kids, and you just have that one kid that like you don't give any gifts to, nothing. Like you're just like, what shows are you watching after AOT? I was gonna get into The Last Airbender, but it's just so cringy and kiddie. Like, I can't do it. I'm trying to get into Cowboy Bebop after I finish that. Probably My Hero. That's been on my list for the longest time. But as always, I'm down for more suggestions after those. Sword Art Online I've heard about, Hunter x Hunter, couple others. So we'll see, and I will always keep you guys updated. Also super excited for part 6 of JoJo in the new season, the final season of AOT. And lastly, PK asks, are you getting Muya after everything goes back to normal? Yes! Next up, my boy N10 Cisco, fellow N10 member, asks, if N10 was stuck in an elevator, who would be the first to scream in panic? Which Pokemon does N10 Cisco remind you of? And lastly, if one part of your body could be mega muscular, but the rest of your body had to stay bony and skinny, which body part would you choose? Congrats on 500 subs.
Bro, what you doing?
Oh my god. Anyways, their questions. If Anton was stuck in an elevator, who would be the first to scream? I'm sorry, I know he's gonna hate me, but Luke. It's definitely Luke. Luke's always the panicky one. Which Pokemon does Cisco remind me of? Snorlax. Cisco's just this big, cuddly, open, nice, fan favorite. Like, you know, like Snorlax, obviously. One part of your body could be mega muscular, but the rest is skinny. I mean, I'm already skinny as shit, so I'm used to this. So if anything's gonna be muscular, make it my... It's my boy Fahad. He says, what is one incredibly embarrassing story of something you did? Who would you kiss, marry, or kill? Danny DeVito, Light Skin Monte, for those of you that don't know, that's the oh shit, a rat guy, and Bubble Bass from SpongeBob. What is your absolute ideal vacation dream? Could be anything you would ever want with any amount of people, and you can do anything. And what do you want your lasting legacy to be? How do you want people to remember you? First off, what's an embarrassing story? I have a lot of those. But so I was texting my dad. So for those of you that don't know, I've kind of grown up, kind of a poor boy, low key. I didn't have internet until like 3/4 of the way through high school. So we live in an apartment complex basically. And my dad was over at the main building, like, you know, using a laptop because you get free Wi-Fi over there. So I was texting him. I was like, Dad, can I come over to the main building and like hop on the laptop too? And he ignored me. I was like, okay. And then he comes home, and I was like, Dad, why didn't you let me come over? And he was mad. I was like, Dad, what's wrong? Like, I just wanted to come use the internet, the laptop. And he was like, what is this? And he shows me the text, and it says, can I come, C-U-M, over to the main building? I didn't know. I was a little kiddo. I now know not to text my friends with that spelling anymore. Moving on. Who would I rather kiss, marry, or kill? Danny DeVito, Light Skin Monte, or Bubble Bass? I guess I would marry Danny DeVito because that's like a good man. Growing old is a gift. Like, he's got a stable, like, you know, life. I guess I would kiss Monte. That sounds gay as shit coming out my lips. And I would have to kill Bubble Bass because I hate that dude. Bubble Bass is the biggest douchebag in SpongeBob. So definitely, you know, R.I.P. Bubble Bass. Interesting question. What would my ideal vacation dream be? Could be anything I ever want to with any amount of people. It would have to be with the N10 boys going to Japan. I feel like that would be the most crazy vacation ever. If we had like all of N10 going to that, that's the ultimate, like, that would be dope. That would be dope. I purposely saved this one for last because I actually read Fahad's like comment before I did this Q&A. And when I saw this question, I was like, damn. Like, this has to be the end of the Q&A. What do I want my lasting legacy to be? I can't help but think about Etika when I read this question. Like, seeing Etika's legacy and the impact he had when he passed was incredible. Like, having him already be my inspiration to start streaming on YouTube and doing a lot of what I do, and then seeing the impact he had. Like, Lil Nas X tweeted out RIP, celebrities tweeted out, the entire community was destroyed when Etika passed away. I was like, wow, if I could ever one day have like an impact even somewhat close to that, that would be insane. But at the same time, I'm not trying to be the next Etika. I'm not trying to be the next C&D. I'm trying to be the first Radical. And I feel like I'm definitely getting there. Especially, you know, people think of N10, they're like, hey, you know, Radical is a part of that group. And they think of some of my videos, and people are always telling me, yo, I just rewatched this video of yours. I rewatched this. And I was like, people actually like my content. Like, that's so dope. I really thought about this question a lot. And I was like, when I saw it asked, I was like, I definitely want a legacy. But like, at the same time, I don't care what people think. So as long as it's a legacy that I like, I'd be happy with that too. But guys, thank you so much for submitting questions to this Q&A. I was completely like thrown off by how many questions were actually submitted. But as always, stay radical. I will see you guys on the next one. Rowdy News episode 8 soon. More content soon. And I will see y'all soon. On to the road to 800 subs.
I come from a town where most of the people are so close-minded. They go into school and they work in a job, but they don't even like it. I won't be put in a box. Nobody telling me what I should rock.